Alrighty, good morning everybody. Hello, hello. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the stream. How are all of you doing today? Welcome back to gameplay, which is, of course, what you all are usually here for and what I do best, right? Let's be honest here. Every once in a while I do something a little different, and sometimes it goes well, and sometimes it does not. Yesterday, I did a retrospective event. Overall feedback seemed mixed. A lot of the people who were there live really liked it, and actually I got a few messages overnight, either via Twitter or some people actually sent me some nice emails saying they actually really enjoyed the retrospective yesterday. And a lot of it was gameplay, which a lot of people have not ever really seen the older gameplay, especially those who've only joined me as a viewer here live on Twitch over the last few years. They haven't ever really gone back and watched all the old school YouTube stuff. So a lot of people appreciated that. At the same time, some people just sat here during the entire thing saying it was boring and terrible, which they always do. They just sit here on the streams and constantly complain. Why people waste their lives watching stuff they know they don't like, I don't know, but it seems like it persists and isn't going to change anytime soon. Right? So anyway, my friends, we are back today, back to gameplay, back to what I do best, right? And I hope you guys are excited. If you want to see any of yesterday's marathon, you can watch it on demand on DSPGaming on YouTube, and that's all of the retrospective parts. And if you want to see the special episode of DSP Tries It, where not only did I try out 2 different varieties of Papa John's new epic stuffed crust pizza, but also I tried pizza in ranch sauce for the first time ever. You can go check that out over on the King of Hate Vlogs. That's my vlogging channel on YouTube. So both are live. You can check them out. And thanks to everyone who did chill with me yesterday and hung out with me and made it special. It's always cool to hang out with you guys for something special and different. It was a good time. In my opinion, it was a good time. I had a good time. And like I said, based on the feedback I got from some of the live viewers and then after the fact people who watched it on YouTube, seems like people really enjoyed it. So, good stuff. Will there be another retrospective? No, never again. I've decided to cancel the event completely. There will never again be a time when we look back at the past. We're only going to move forward positively to the future. So there you go. No, I'm just kidding. There very likely will be more retrospectives in the future. However, to be honest, I don't want to do one anytime soon. I feel like this is something that if we do it every once in a while, like maybe like every 6 to 8 months, okay, it's more special because that gives us more time to focus on new stuff. And then when we go back and do a retrospective, it's like, okay, something hasn't done in a long time. Last year I did one in February, then I did another one in like June. And people basically told me, oh man, that's way too fast. You got to have more time between them. So that's why I didn't do one from like June until, yesterday. So, yes, likely there will be more in the future, just no time soon. Okay, guys? Alrighty then. So let's get back to business. Let's get back to fun gameplay, what I do best, and what you guys tune in for all the time. Okay? So, today, the major stream is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Today's special because there's a new map that was released the other day called Express. It is a throwback to Black Ops 2. For those of you who ever watched me play Black Ops 2 quite a long time ago, it's a map where you're at a train yard. And I'm curious because I don't really remember it that well. I'll be honest with you. I really don't remember the map. So I'll be interested in playing it and seeing what it's like. Plus, continue on with my thermal scope and my knifing. My knifing abilities, which sometimes are pretty damn funny to run around and just knife people. Just to be honest. It's really ridiculous that you can even do that in the game to begin with. But the fact that I've actually been getting, some legitimate kills and stuff with it is pretty neat. So we shall continue on with that today. So it should be a good time. Why am I doing Call of Duty as a major stream? Because last week we tried it as a trial thing. You guys have been asking me to do Call of Duty as an early stream rather than a late stream because a lot of you were saying you couldn't make it to the earlier streams. So I said, fine. Excuse me, you couldn't make it to the later streams. I misspoke. People who don't live in the U.S. can't always make it to my my late night streams. So I said, absolutely, I'll do it as a late night stream. I'm completely screwing this up. Let's try this again. I'm speaking the opposite of what I mean. This is ridiculous. I'm very embarrassed, everyone. All right. let's try this again, all right, since I'm an idiot and I can't speak today. So, I had only been playing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War pretty much as a late night stream since back in November, all right? And people reached out to me over the past month or so and said, Phil, you know, we watch your videos on YouTube, but we just can't make it to your late night streams. We don't live in the United States, and those late night streams are at really late times for us, and we wish that you would play it at a different time so that we could tune in. So I listened to your feedback. Last Sunday was the first major stream where I did Call of Duty, and it did very well last week. The attendance was high. The engagement was high. People told me they absolutely enjoyed it. And let's be honest, contributions were good too. Like, everything was good. So when I do a stream like that, that tells me that was something successful, and I need to keep doing it. All right? So that's why today I am doing another major stream of Call of Duty. All right? So that's why it's the main stream today. Now, we'll see how it goes today. Maybe once was enough. You know? I don't know. We'll see today how the stream goes. And go from there. But I'm excited for it. I liked doing it as a major stream last week. And so let's see how you guys like it today. Hopefully it goes just as well as last week. And then we can maybe keep it once a week. I told you guys I'd do it like once a week. Maybe on the weekends as a major stream if you guys really like it. Okay? Later tonight, the late night stream at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time will be the continuation of my playthrough of Immortals Phoenix Rising. We are in the Forge Lands. And last time around, we were going around doing these little mini missions in order to basically unclog the forge to turn it back on so that we could have Hephaestus kind of regain his memory and figure out how to forge stuff again. So that's what we're working on. And we'll have 2 more hours of that later tonight. I hope you guys will join me for that. It's a nice chill stream. There's a lot of action and fun in it, but at the same time, it's a more laid-back situation. It's not a super serious playthrough like other playthroughs where it's so dramatic and serious all the time. That game is certainly not that at all, and I like it for that. So I hope you guys will join me later tonight for that, okay? Tomorrow, the major stream is going to be Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yes, the playthrough continues. It seems like the endless playthrough at this point. I'm not going to lie. It's getting ridiculous how long this game is. But we are in another region. We are trying to finish up the region so we can move on to another region and finish up that region so we can move on to another fucking region and hopefully finally finish this goddamn game. It's ridiculous. I mean, how many regions they have in this game and how long it takes to get through it. It's out of control at this point. But the good news is we are nearing the end of it. All right? I believe that there's one region I'm in and then maybe 1 to 2 more tops, and then it's the end of the game. So we are reaching the end of the game, and I'm hoping if I play as a major stream tomorrow, 2 major streams maybe next week, we'll be near the end of the game and be able to wrap it up by hopefully, the middle of February. Because remember, there's a playthrough I'm waiting to start up. Divinity Original Sin 2. I've been waiting so long to play the goddamn game, and I gotta finish up this stuff that I'm lingering before we move on to new stuff. I have to. I can't start another new playthrough with all this lingering shit. So we're getting there, and I'm really, really, really hoping that we will wrap it up within the next week. There's no guarantees, but at the same time, we're on the right track. Let's put it that way, okay? Good Lord. It's ridiculous how long the game is. So that's tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, Monday night, all right? It's going to be something interesting because we're actually going to try out Fall Guys for the first time since Christmas. So about a month and a half since I touched Fall Guys. The Season 3.5 update just came out this last week. And from what people have told me, it basically tweaks existing stages, it adds new stages, and basically mixes things up a bit, okay? So I'm curious to see how that turns out. And obviously, when they add new content, it's interesting to check it out. I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to see how it is for a one-off stream. If it ends up being entertaining and you guys like it, then I would maybe consider playing it more in the future. Or maybe it'll just be boring again like it was at Christmas for me. And then you guys don't want to see it anymore. And if that's the case, that's perfectly fine. We don't have to play it again. I just figured do a one-off stream of it, see what's new, and go from there. All right, so that's Monday night. Okay? I'm not here on Tuesday. Tuesday is my day off for the week, where I run errands and the like. And this is actually the first time since November either October or November, that businesses will actually like be open again in my area. Our restrictions for COVID have been loosened, and so restaurants and things will actually be open. My wife and I are going to attempt to have a normal day out for the first time in like 3 to 4 months. Which should be nice, but we don't know exactly how that's going to work out. We've been hearing a lot of reports that things are not so good out there right now. That basically a lot of places cannot get employees to work at restaurants and the like because they're basically not guaranteed they're going to keep their jobs because of COVID. You know, like, think about it this way. I go to work at a restaurant, and then all of a sudden, things get worse with COVID, and now I lose my job again, right? So a lot of people are saying they don't want to work at restaurants here anymore because they don't feel it's a consistent enough employment. I don't blame them. With the way that things have happened in the last year, I really don't blame them. So I don't know what it's going to be like. We're going to find out on Tuesday. But anyway, I will not be here on Tuesday. Okay? I shall return on Wednesday. And when I return on Wednesday, it's going to be back to full-time gaming again. All right? So I believe Wednesday, I'm doing a full stream of Immortals. I'm trying to remember exactly. I think it's a full stream of Immortals on Wednesday. I'm going to have to look at the schedule here, because I can't exactly remember off the top of my head. Alright, hold on. I can't remember. I made the schedule up last night. Yes, it's Immortals Phoenix Rising on Wednesday as the main gameplay stream. And we're going to have Call of Duty as the late night stream. So basically we're flipping today. Today is Call of Duty and Immortals. Wednesday is Immortals and Call of Duty. Okay? Thursday is going to be Assassin's Creed. And then I'm going to do a Yakuza 7 post-game late night chill stream just like we did last week. Basically just dungeon grinding to try to get the levels up so we can take on the final super dungeon. Remember last week? It basically turned into an ultra chill sing-along stream. Might be the same thing this coming week. We'll see. Okay? Then on Friday, we finally have new content. Because it's going to be Super Mario 3D World. Alright, which is exciting. I hope you guys are excited for this. The premiere of Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Now, I'm probably going to check out Super Mario 3D World first, since that is the major focus of the thing. Okay? That should be fun. It's a new release for the year, even though really it's not. It's a re-release, but it is considered a new release. Finally something new and different to do. Starting on Friday. And so then the major streams are going to be a balance between Mario and Immortals and Assassin's Creed. And then maybe once a week it's going to be Call of Duty. Okay? And now I'm hoping, like I said, that we will finish Assassin's Creed sooner rather than later. And if we do, then we'll move on to Divinity Original Sin 2, which I know many of you are waiting for. Okay? So there you go. That's what you can expect in the near future. All right? Excuse me. Now, the good news is the retrospective event is over. Finally. That means we can focus on the next special event for you guys, which we did through support. You know, you guys reached the sub goals. And because we reached certain sub goals here on the channel, that means there's a special event coming up. It is the next Viewer's Choice event, okay? So, not today likely, because I've been working on my taxes. In fact, no lie, right here on the pre-stream, when the music was playing, I was sitting there working on my taxes, plugging in numbers into a spreadsheet. And I'm basically just trying to do this whenever the hell I can, because my tax guy wants me to have it done this week. There's no way I'm having it done this week, but at least I'll have some information for him. So I'm working on it, little by little, but that's what I have to focus on right now. So likely what I will do is later on this week, I'm going to set it up so you guys can start nominating games for the upcoming Viewer's Choice event on my forums, thekingofhate.com. Okay? And so, what is the deal? Well, every kind of game is eligible for upcoming Viewer's Choice. Whatever wins this event is going to end up being a full playthrough here on my streams. The only games that are eligible are as follows: Street Fighter V, Code Vein, other major multiplayer games, because this is supposed to be a full narrative playthrough, not a multiplayer deal, and long-ass RPGs, right? You want me to play a smaller classic RPG that lasts 20 hours, that's fine. You want me to play a 80-hour fucking epic RPG, it's just not happening, Okay? So, that's the deal with that. And I hope that you guys are excited for that. I love doing Viewers' Choice events. When I do Viewers' Choice events, you guys finally get to have some cool input on everything. And I like that. Some of the most awesome Viewers' Choice event choices have turned into not only epic playthroughs, but franchises that I've ended up playing at length over an extended period of time. So, I'm definitely pumped for the Viewers' Choice event. So, I will let you guys know when you are able to start nominating games for that. Like I said, it's not going to be today. I know tonight I'm going to be working on tax shit. So, it's definitely not going to be tonight. But there'll definitely be opportunity to work on that in the near future. And I will let you know when that is. Okay? There is no subscriber goal for this month. Reason being, I really need support this month with tips. As I told you guys, I have no source of income besides your tips from now until I get paid by Twitch, which is roughly in a week. It's actually going to be like a little bit less or a little bit more than a week because it's usually around the 15th of the month that I get paid. And so it's been your tips that are supporting me and helping me to pay everything right now. And I just want to say thank you so much because you guys have been incredibly supportive with tips so far in the last week. We got one more week to go. So if we can keep this up, you know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel here where hopefully I'll be able to you know, get to it and not have any issues with bills or whatever, okay? So, being that I really need help with tips right now, and I've been telling you guys, if you can forego cheering and subbing, please tip me because that helps me more, and I need help right now. I felt it would be pretty hypocritical for me to say, oh, we have a sub goal this month, let's do a sub goal, right? So, please understand, that's why I'm doing that, and I appreciate you guys who have been coming out and tipping me to help me out. Thank you in advance to anyone who contributes today, all right? Fair enough? Okay. How is it hypocritical? Because if I'm telling you to support me in one way, someone just asked this in the chat. If you ask me to support me in one way and then I say, oh, here's another way to support and there's a goal behind it and you get a reward if you do it, doesn't make much sense, does it? Right? Doesn't make much sense at all. That would be like, it's just hard to, I don't want to use an analogy because everyone will say it's a bad analogy, so forget it. I just want, you know, if I'm asking you to support me in one way, that's the way we should be focusing on, okay? Okay. So, let's now continue, folks. Let's get to the gratuitous plug segment and get this out of the way, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, today is Sunday, which is considered the last streaming day of the week on Twitch, which means that if you cheer or sub today, and you end up on the top leaderboard for top 10 cheerers or top 10 sub gifters of the week, you'll end up there and get some good recognition. However, those leaderboards reset overnight, so it's your last chance of the week if you want to get noticed for cheering. Excuse me. For cheering or gifting subs, just so you know. As of tomorrow morning, those will reset to 0. Okay? Now, in regards to contributions as a whole, first of all, guys, please know something. All right? I am an independent streamer. I do not have any sponsorships with any company. I don't advertise any product, and I don't shill for anyone. I am not exclusively contracted to stream on any business or any website. I don't get paid a flat rate for live streaming like a lot of large streamers get. All right? I'm an indie guy. I've always been independent. I always will be. For 12 plus years, I've been putting out content on a daily basis. I consider myself one of the more prolific content creators on the internet and one of the most long-standing content creators, one of the most consistent. All right? When you watch my content, you know you're getting the honest opinions and truth from me. You're not getting someone who's pulling punches. All right? You're not getting someone who's lying to you. You're getting someone who's being very truthful in the opinions and things that I'm expressing. Okay? And I really enjoy, on a daily basis, being able to do that with you guys. I don't have to worry about saying the wrong thing and having a sponsor drop me. I don't have to worry about, oh my God, I can't criticize a game I'm playing because I'm in some kind of an early agreement with these guys to kiss their butt. All right? Never been like that. Never will be. All right? I don't want to be like that. I love being independent, and I love being able to be honest and truthful with all of you. You guys have told me over the years that's one of the major reasons why I still have longevity and I still have people that follow me is because they know they can trust me when I'm talking about video games. Okay? All that being said, because I don't have the sponsorships, because I don't have the partnerships, that means that I rely on you guys to crowdfund my efforts to continue to do what I love for a living. Okay? I hope you guys, you understand that it's very different than these paid advertisement streams from the top guys that are out there. Instead, I'm just doing my own thing here. And the reason that I've been successful for over 12 years is because of you. Because you guys support what I do, and you come and you support my streams every single day. I appreciate that so much, because without you, I wouldn't still be here. I would have been, as they say, a fart in the wind, an afterthought of gaming and content creation on the internet. But you guys keep me pertinent, and you guys tell me on a daily basis how much you appreciate what I do. Actually got some really nice emails overnight from people in regards, like I said, to the retrospective, and telling me how nice it is of what I do, and I really appreciate those. Those keep me going, all right? So, thank you guys for your support, and thank you for allowing me to do what I love for a living. This is the best job I've ever had. I was a gamer long before I was a content creator. I didn't just jump into this to make a buck. I did this for 2.5 years before I was even able to monetize videos on YouTube, because it was just something I liked to do. It was fun to me, and I never intended to ever do this as a job. I just kind of fell into it, right? Pretty interesting, my story, to say the least, how it all happened. But here I am 12 years later, and I get to interact with all you guys on live streams every day. This is, like I said, the best job I've ever had in my life, and I love doing it. I can't wait to keep doing it for as long as I can, all right? So all that being said, thank you in advance to anyone who's considering contributing to my streams today. You can either cheer with bits, you can subscribe to the channel, you can tip me. All those things help. You can gift a sub to somebody else. That helps, all right? But I just want you to know something in advance. My streams are free here on Twitch and always will be. They're not, have to pay to watch. It is not expected that you contribute. It is not mandatory that you contribute. All right? I consider it going above and beyond being a standard stream viewer and really showing how much you appreciate my content and how much you like me as a person if you come out and you contribute to my streams. All right? So thank you in advance to everyone who considers contributing to my streams. I really do appreciate that. All right? Now, a few things about that. First of all, if you are a regular stream attendee and, maybe someone who's considering contributing or has contributed, I have some tips for you because I want to help you out and have you avoid online harassment. I strongly recommend that you disassociate your Twitch account from anything else on the internet. Meaning, don't use your real name on your Twitch account. Don't use a name that you already use on other social media accounts. All right? Sadly, there are people out there who will hone in on people who are regulars on a stream and try to harass them just because they can. It's really stupid, but people are really stupid and have no lives, and they will do this on the internet if they can get away with it anonymously. So I don't want to see my viewers getting harassed simply because they're tuning into the stream or even contributing, all right? So please create something different here on Twitch so that way someone can't associate that with you on other places. In addition to that, I strongly recommend you close open direct messages here on Twitch. People who leave them open frequently get harassed by people for various reasons. It's usually malicious intent. I've had my direct messages closed for about 6 years, ever since I really joined Twitch and started using it full time. I have it set that only people on my friends list can send me a direct message, and it's worked perfectly, okay? That's what I recommend you do. Now, I've already said it before, but I'll reiterate. Right now, I'm in a situation where I am financially strapped. I don't have pretty much any money except for what you guys are tipping me every day to pay bills and to make ends meet until I get paid by Twitch in the middle of this month, which is in about 8 days, all right? Reason being, end of January, there was a lot of bills that came due. I had a very large tax bill I had to pay because fourth quarter of last year went really well, but at the same time, that raises your tax bill, and I didn't know how much it was going to be. When I finally saw it, my jaw dropped. I was like, oh, shit, well, I got to pay this. It was very annoying, but it is what it is. There was other bills as well. There's stupid bills that come, around end of the year, early every year, and it just raises my expenses and emptied my bank account, all right? So, right now, the only funds I have are what you guys are tipping me, being honest. So, since I need to make it to the middle of this month, I would appreciate it if you are going to contribute today, please tip me, all right? I know there's other ways of contributing, cheering, subbing, gifting subs, and they all help in the long term, but I need help in the short term to get to the middle of this coming month. So please, if you can tip me, I get those tips right away, and I can put those towards bills and important things right now and you guys have been incredibly supportive over the last week. Thank you for that. We can keep that going for one more week. Things will be fine. Okay? So, thank you in advance. Now, if you are considering tipping me to help me out today, I would ask that you go the extra mile and you create a verified PayPal account when you do so. What does that mean, and why am I asking you to do that? It means that when you create a PayPal account in order to tip me or do anything on PayPal, you include your real life information so that it confirms your identity, on this planet, that you actually exist, right? So that means things like your name, your address, maybe a bank account, or possibly your other ID information. I'm not exactly sure of the various ways that you can get it verified, but I know that many people have done so in the last month, and thank you so much to those who have. Why am I asking you to get a verified PayPal account? Well, there's two reasons. The first is because in late 2020, a criminal purchased a bunch of fake credit cards, and when I say a bunch, I mean hundreds of fake credit cards off the internet, and basically sat on every one of my streams and sent me fake tips nonstop. And these fake tips then were later on charged back because the people realized, oh, these are false charges against our stolen credit cards. Let's get these fixed. And not only did that completely destroy my PayPal account, taking away the money that seemingly I had earned on every stream, but also it hit me with tons of fees and penalties that hurt me in the long run. To give you guys some perspective, there were days in the fall that looked like I had made over $200 in tips, and in reality, I had lost money that day overall because everything was fake. All right? Terrible. All right? Now, the good news is I've instituted changes to try to avoid this from happening in the future, and one of those changes is requiring you to have a verified PayPal account. Why? Because if you have that verified account, you're confirming your real identity. No one can use a stolen credit card and associate it with their real identity unless they want to go to jail for fraud, because they will. There's this big difference between an anonymous checkout credit card stolen tip versus, oh, here's my real name and address and information, and if I try to use a stolen credit card, that can be investigated by the FBI and go straight to jail. All right? Very different situation. So when you create that verified account, I'm protected from fraud, and it allows me to immediately count your tip on the stream and basically move forward positively instead of having to do constant tip audits. Gee, is this tip real? Is this someone impersonating a stream viewer and using a stolen credit card? Let me look into it. And I hate doing that. It derails the stream. It kills the immersion of the stream. And it adds on more dead time instead of more gameplay. I hate doing it, but I've had to do it a lot in the last couple of months because of the damage that's happened to my business behind the scenes. Okay? So, thank you in advance to anyone who considers doing it. Here's the other thing. Having a verified PayPal account helps you in the long run. Because if you're ever planning on using PayPal to pay for anything online, it creates what's called buyer and seller protection. Meaning you go to eBay and you want to buy something, or you want to pay for something via another business online via PayPal, it protects you from fraud. If someone doesn't follow through on their promises, or they send you something that's not correct, you get your money back because you have that verified PayPal account. So it's not like you're wasting your time. This is something that's going to benefit you in the long term anyway. All right? So again, thank you to those who in the last couple of months have created verified PayPal accounts and made the streams more streamlined. If you guys haven't noticed, in the last month or so, things have actually gotten a lot more back to normal around here. The fake tips, there still have been some, but they've been way, way reduced compared to how they used to be. This person who was doing it apparently realizes now they can't get away with it anymore, and I basically found a way to hopefully long-term protect my business as long as we all work to get these verified PayPal accounts. Okay, guys? So thank you in advance. I really appreciate it that you guys are doing this for me to help me out. Okay? All right. Now, there really is no gaming news today. I looked into it, and I was looking around, and there was something, oh, big news story about Sega. What is this? And I click on it. It's some politician in some other country whose name is Sega, and everyone's slamming the politician saying he's a scammer. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's not gaming news. And I was trying to look for other stuff. I mean, today is the Super Bowl in the United States, which is our big American football game. Normally, this game would bring in a ridiculous amount of attention because tons of people would attend it in person, and it would be a huge televised event with tons of advertisers would be paying for advertisements, millions of dollars for like a 1-minute ad space on this thing. But because of COVID, guess what? Basically, it's way smaller and less important than it ever was. First of all, attendance at the event is very limited. Not many people can actually go to this thing, and those who can get in, it's very rare and it's very expensive. Advertisements way less this year. Many major advertisers are saying they're just not advertising on the Super Bowl this year because they don't feel that a lot of people are going to be tuning in like normally would because of COVID. So it's interesting how sports have been negatively affected by this. Personally, I don't even know who's in the Super Bowl. Is it the Kansas City Chiefs against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Am I correct saying that, or am I wrong? Because I think Tom Brady moved from the Patriots, and he's now the quarterback of the Buccaneers. And the big story was that he started off with a bad season, but then turned it around, and now he's in the Super Bowl. And then the Chiefs were last year's champions, right? So it's kind of like the returning champions defending their title against a new team that's kind of up and coming. I think. That's what I've pieced together from just listening around. I haven't seen a single game of American football this year, nor have I followed it. That's just what I pieced together from social media, right? So anyway, I don't care about it. I really don't. I don't care who wins. I don't care about any of the ads. Nothing. None of this affects me. I don't give a shit. All right? I just don't. So for you guys, if you're interested in it, great. More power to you. I hope you enjoy it today. But I'm not going to be talking about it. I'm not going to be paying attention to it. I'm going to be streaming all day. Call of Duty here on the main stream, and then later tonight, Immortals Phoenix Rising. And I don't care about the Super Bowl. I don't. My wife doesn't either. To her, it's a normal day today. In fact, she probably doesn't even know it's Super Bowl Sunday. I guarantee you she doesn't even know. So, nobody cares. Here, anyway. But if you do, have fun today with it. And but we're not going to be talking about it on my streams. Okay? I'm sure people will be trying to bring it up later as it's actually happening. Did you know who's winning? Did you hear about the touchdown? No, I don't care. Just being honest, I don't care. Okay. So, without further ado, let's just get the shout-outs because I don't really think we have much else to talk about today. There's nothing really going on in the news. Oh, come on. Here we go again with this. I would really like my laptop to work. Okay, it's starting to move again. Good. Like I said, guys, when I get the chance to upgrade stuff, which I can't right now, like I said, right now I'm so strapped for money, there's no way I can spend it on anything. But the first thing I'm going to be doing is getting a new chair and a new laptop. These are two necessities. This chair hurts my ass at this point because the cushion's all worn out and it's creaking. And this laptop is slow as dirt and it's not getting any faster. So, okay. Bot says I put a $2,000 bet on it being heads for the coin toss. You're insane. $2,000 bet on the fucking coin toss of the Super Bowl? All right. Some people are just crazy with their gambling. So we start off today with Respergoo, who subscribed to the channel for 13 months and said, "My lord." Hello, Respergoo. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for over a year of support. Oh, my God. I am so sorry. Oh, God. That was absolutely, positively fucking nasty. I did not even expect that to come. I came out of nowhere. I'm very sorry, everyone. I really... That was not a fart. How dare you, Battle Duck? That was obviously a burp. Maybe I farted while I was doing it, though, and you just didn't hear it. But no, that was disgusting. I'm very sorry. All right. Thank you for over a year of support, Respergoo. The first cheerer of today is Westside Rascal, who says, "It's restaurant time. I love it." I have no idea what that means. West Side Rascal. I have no idea what you're referencing, but I do appreciate the first cheer of the day. Thank you for that. Shao Kahn Artist has tipped me $10, the first tip of the day. He says, "I watched a portion of the retro stream that I missed. I enjoyed the Dracula clips that I had stumbled upon. That game, I actually had stumbled upon that game a while back. Have you ever seen the movie? I had a Sega CD, but I only owned Sonic CD and some plain game called Tomcats, I think. I have seen the movie over the years. I think it's like once or twice, maybe. An interesting movie. It certainly is weird compared to, you know, you think classic Hollywood horror monsters, and then you see that movie, you're like, what the fuck? Is this all gory and shit? Right? Apparently, the movie is closer, much closer to what the book was, written a long time ago. And that the Hollywood version from back in the day with Bela Lugosi actually was a far departure from what the book was, because they were just trying to basically make it okay for movie audiences. But, yeah, I've seen the movie. It's weird and it's gory. Thank you, Shao Con Artist, for the first tip of the day. $10. Appreciate that. Retro Jim cheered. He says, Divinity seems like your most anticipated playthrough. Fan hype is huge. I think at this point, it's just because it's taken so fucking long to start. Because I don't think anyone expected I'd be playing Yakuza and Assassin's Creed in the middle of February 2021. But the games are so goddamn long, right? But, yeah, I mean, this is going to be a playthrough. It's probably going to take a long time to play and get through once I start it. And at this point, I think everyone just wants to see what the hell it is, and me included. So, shout out to Ampact, who did a 1,000-bit cheer. That is the biggest cheer of the day. Very generous cheer as well. Thank you, Ampact. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. 1,000 bits. Thank you, Ampact, very much. Okay. Ultimate Cloud 7, get to this up to Jake Likes Cats. Congratulations to Jake Likes Cats, and thank you, Ultimate Cloud 7, for the channel support. Bleach number 9 tipped $1. Said, me and PW Dubs talk about the Super Bowl today, or do we run the risk of being banned for spoiling a major sporting event? I would say it's all right if it's something live going on like that, and you know that people are pretty much going to follow it if they're interested in it. But as I've already said, I'm not interested in it. I don't really care. I don't need to know, did this team score a touchdown and this team did this. So if you're talking about it in the chat, you got to understand, like, I'm not going to be following you or caring. What I would recommend is if you really want to talk about it heavily, talk about it in private messages. Don't talk about it publicly in the chat, because it's going to have nothing to do with what's going on the stream at all. Okay? Fair enough? Okay. Guitar Player 1939 is here today. He tipped me $5, said it's time to do your duties. That's damn straight. It is time to do the duties. Thank you, Guitar Player, for the tip. In fact, you know what I should do? I completely forgot to do this. Let me just set something up quickly. So it's at a glance here. It's ready to go. You know, yesterday I did the marathon, so my setup was different. Whenever I do stuff on the PC over there, it's a very different setup where I have to have different windows open and shit. And I should just set this back up for today. Would have done this early, but I was working on taxes, so I didn't even think about it. Hold on. Let's set this up here. All right, good. Everything's now set up and working. Excellent. Very good. Okay, continuing on. Thank you very much, Guitar Player. Good to see you today. And by the way, thank you so much yesterday for your contributions during the marathon. That was really appreciated. Thank you so much. Kindred. Cheers. Every time I come into the stream, you say they're using stolen credit cards. How do you know that they are, and even a single person? Because two reasons. Number one, I know they're stolen credit cards because they always come through as anonymous, unregistered credit card tip. Meaning, no one made a PayPal account, all right? It's not registered at all, meaning no information was put into it, and it's just a random credit card used, okay? What ends up happening then is within anywhere from 1 week to like 4 months, I get what's called a chargeback, which basically means now I actually get the information of the person who really owns the credit card, and they say, oh, we didn't authorize that. This was a stolen credit card situation. We want our money back, all right? Now, when that happens, I don't have a leg to stand on, because it's one thing if someone actually has a registered account and they send me a valid payment and then they lie about it and say, oh, this was, Phil is a seller of vacuum parts and he didn't send me the part for my vacuum like I paid him for, so I want my money back. Obviously, if someone says something like that, I can immediately say, I'm not a seller of vacuum parts. Here's my stream. Here's the tip when it came in. I shouted it out. This person's an idiot and a liar. And then I usually win those situations. But in a case where it's a stolen credit card and they say, oh, this is a chargeback because someone's credit card was not authorized, I'm screwed. What happens is the money gets taken away from me, and a lot of the times I get penalized for it. Even though I did nothing wrong, I get penalized as if I did something wrong. Why PayPal does this, I have no idea, but they hold it against the streamer like the streamer did something wrong. So, after getting, I'm not kidding you, hundreds of those from September to December of 2020, I finally said I can't do it anymore, all right? And I wised up, and I changed it around so that basically this wouldn't happen anymore, all right? Now, you may say, well, wait a minute, how do you know it was all the same person? Because, number one, there aren't that many people out there who are willing to commit felonies on a daily basis. Every single time that you buy a stolen credit card on the internet, that's a felony. Every time you use a stolen credit card number on the internet, that's a felony. So that's 2 crimes per transaction. This person did it hundreds of times. Hundreds. Okay? In addition, guess what? This person outright told me it was them. In some of these fake tips that they sent, they actually used their online persona name. They said, oh, why aren't you friends with me? Why don't you do this? Why don't you listen to me? And blah, blah, blah. You know, they actually did it outright to show that it was them. Because they feel, this particular criminal feels that they are above the law and feels that, like, no one will ever catch them and that they can do whatever they want. Okay? It's fucked up. They're not just doing it to me. They've done it to other content creators. This is the same person who said everyone with fake DMCA takedown claims in the last year and has done the same thing, publicly claimed it was them. It's pretty fucked up. It is. This guy is at this point, an ongoing criminal who needs to be caught, but until enough damage is done to someone outside of a streamer, like maybe if a company was affected by this, you know, and really wanted to go at it, and they involve, say, the FBI, the guy would probably get arrested. But no one's going to go after just, oh, here's a bunch of, you know, fraudulent transactions for a few $100s, because what happens is then the credit card companies just eat that cost, and then it, you know, it's fucked up, but it's just how it is. There's no way to go after the guy, okay? But anyway, there's very concrete evidence that it's the same guy doing it over and over. He's publicly admitted it. And like I said, all these chargebacks are from stolen credit cards. It outright tells you when you get the chargeback, this was an unauthorized transaction from a stolen credit card. And I got hundreds of those within 4 months. So there you go. There's your answer. Last Rambo Cheers says, referring to statements you made, who gets to decide on what a real FPS or fighting game should or should not have? It's up to the developers because it's their creation. Who cares? Last Rambo, you're trying to cause controversy. No one cares. I have an opinion on what should be in a real first-person shooter or a real fighting game. That's my opinion. There's no definitive answer. You're not going to stir the pot this morning. No one gives a shit. Faithin131 has resubscribed for 48 months in a row. That is 4 years of support. Thank you so much, Faithin, for 4 ongoing years of support. I appreciate that. He says 4 years on Twitch and many years on YouTube before that. I was in high school when I started watching your playthroughs of Heavy Rain, and in 3 months, I'm getting my MD doctorate from Yale. Wow. Thank you for all the years of entertainment. You are welcome, Faithin. Thank you for the ongoing support. Thank you for watching. Very happy to hear about your success. Seriously, I love hearing about my viewers being successful people. So keep it up. Keep up the success. I'm rooting for you, and I hope that things go well for you. Continue to go well for you. Awesome. Snow Carl has cheered and says, do you think your Catholic upbringing has influenced your views on shame in regards to sexualized content and overt sex in games outside of your private and intimate relationships? I think a lot of people fail to realize this and should cut you some slack. If anything, when I was younger, when I was told something, like when I was just told, this is bad, this is immature, this is bad. If I didn't learn it from my own personal experience, I kind of rebelled against it. That's just how I was when I was younger. I was a stubborn guy, and I was like, I want to learn for myself rather than just be told something. Now, in some cases, that's okay because you want to have life experiences and you want to learn through experience if something's good or bad. In other cases, not so smart, especially like, I'm very glad that I didn't try to do like hard drugs and shit. That would have been pretty fucking bad and pretty stupid. But if anything, my early Catholic upbringing made me kind of rebel against all the things that they told me, all right? But now that I'm getting older, I mean, let's face it, I'm almost 39 years old at this point, right? That's pretty much, you know, that's the end of my life expectancy, right? Right? My balls are dangling down to my knees. They're clapping together like those balls on the perpetual motion machine. Every day when I sneeze, my dentures pop out. It's disgusting, right? I'm farting, I'm burping. You guys can see the giant tufts of hair coming out of my ears. You knows what's going on here. You know, I'm long in the tooth, over the hill. We're getting to the end of it, right? Anyway. Anyway, with all that happening, I've matured up a lot of my own. I've been there, done that. I've seen the immature shit with sexual content, and I don't care for it anymore. That's just my own personal preference. I talked about this at length yesterday on the pre-stream. I'm not going to do it again because you're trying to bait me into doing that again, Snow Carl. I'm not going to do that because I'm not stupid. I'm not going to waste everyone's time reiterating what I already talked about yesterday. So, it's my own personal preference. Please don't give me shit for it. If you do, you're an asshole. And if you're going to harass me on my stream and tell me that I need to do content one way or another way and you don't like it, you're going to find yourself with my boot to your ass because you don't have to be here at all. If you don't like the way I do stuff, leave. pretty simple. There's tons of other content creators out there who I'm sure will do all the immature sexual content to your heart's content. I'm not going to do it because I'm not interested in it. And if you don't respect that, you can leave. All right, Elon just gets cheered. He says, there's still this back here in the back of my... I don't even know what this is. Thanks for the cheer. Retro Jim cheered. He says, should we have a penny point prediction on coin toss? You could if you want. I don't know why you would want to wager your channel penny points on a coin toss for the Super Bowl when I don't care about the Super Bowl. But if a moderator wanted to set that up, I guess you could do that. Are we going to do... All right, I should ask this in advance. This was very successful last week. If you remember last week, we did wagers for pretty much every single match of Call of Duty. And the wagers were either, will Phil's team win if he's playing domination? Or, if I was doing team deathmatch or kill confirm, will I have a positive kill-death ratio? Would you guys like those predictions again this week? Or did you not like them and you don't want to see them again? What do you guys think? Should I do a poll for it? All right, let's quickly, since we're on pre-stream, why not? Let's do a quick poll. For those of you who are here. Poll. 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 Work. Work, please. Poll. Okay, so. Wagers for COD or not? Hell yes. F no. There you go. We'll have this run for 5 minutes. You guys, in 5 minutes, you'll be able to vote on if you want wagers today for Call of Duty or not. And the poll is going live right now. So be sure to vote. There we go. Young Remy, that's completely incorrect. He says you kept rage quitting and I lost a lot of penne. I didn't rage quit once. In the entire last week that I played Call of Duty, both the major stream last week and the night stream, I didn't rage quit once. I've stopped rage quitting because you guys complained about it, so I stopped entirely. So you are a liar. You're talking about things that happened before last week's stream, which is not what we're talking about. Okay. So people are voting right now. Westside Rascal cheered. He says, I think Snowcrawl's observation was apt to say the least. We live in a hookup society where casual sex is completely normalized. This does not jive with your personal views, and that's fine. However, it leads to some conflict in your dreams because it might be good to preface your sexual friends with more traditional values. Sound good? No. I just don't want to deal with sexual content on my streams because I feel it's ridiculously immature. It makes me uncomfortable because I don't want to deal with sexual themes with an open audience across the world who I'm not personally, friends with. You know what I mean? And I probably wouldn't want to do that with my personal friends either. This is really stupid discussion. If you want to talk about this shit, you could go somewhere else. I don't care. Stop wasting my time. Phil Barrage here. He says, let's go Tom Brady, the GOAT. Behind Philip, of course. Huh? Oh, behind me. I see what he's saying. I was confused because you spelled Philip with 2 L's, and my name is not spelled with 2 L's. So you completely confused me there. Phil Barrage here again. He says, I don't think the sexualized stuff is necessary, but a nice pair of jugs is always a big plus for me. And that's fine. You can keep that to yourself because no one here cares about that stupid, disgusting shit. Shut your face. Thanks for the cheer. Okay. Now, normally, during this time frame, I would give a shout-out to the top cheers of the week, and I would also give a shout-out to the top sub-gifters of the week. The problem is the poll is running. And when the poll is running, while the poll is running, I can't see that content. So I have to wait for the poll to end. I have to wait another 2.5 minutes, and then I can do shout-outs. Brownie Crappin' Shits tipped me $1 and says, how do you go from one extreme of making lowbrow comedy of sexuality to closing your eyes and looking away? Just watch the content over the years. Seriously, it was definitely a slow evolution. It wasn't like overnight one night I just decided I didn't like it. What happened was I used to do it all the time. It was completely over the top, the shit that I said and did on my streams. I got so many complaints, and let's face it, haters would make compilations of my immature references in my videos on YouTube. This was a major part of the This Is How You Don't Play movement, was Phil's commentary is incredibly immature, is incredibly bad, because all he does is make sexual references all day, and we're tired of it, and, he should be better. This was a major criticism of mine for a very long time, all right? And so I did this for a long time, and if you notice, you should probably watch, I'd say probably around 2016, all right? I started to realize this wasn't going to fly. When I started working on KO Gaming, the channel where I was doing edited content constantly, I said, I can't do that kind of stuff on a channel like that. It has to be more professional. So I started cutting back on those kind of references in my gameplay, and also on that channel, I never made those kind of references. Okay? And then, when I became a full-time streamer in 2017, I made a definitive choice that things were going to change. Instead of having to constantly fill empty, dead air in a game with commentary for YouTube, I was instead going to talk with you guys during the streams. I was going to make the streams interactive and fun while I was being a full-time streamer on Twitch. And because of that, I didn't need to fill every moment with stupid lowbrow humor anymore. Because I actually had something else to talk about. I could talk to you guys about stuff. I could get your opinions on the game. We could talk about current events. You could ask me questions that I would answer. And because of that, the streams became more interactive, more organically fun, instead of just, oh my god, I'm playing the game and I'm grinding and there's so much dead air here. Let me just make a bunch of stupid comments, right? It became very different. And I enjoy that. I enjoy not having to fill every waking moment with talking. You know, it's a very different kind of gameplay, and I like that gameplay more. I do. So that's what changed over time. And if you actually watch the last 4 years since I've been a full-time content creator, yeah, it's phased out more and more and more, to the point where now I don't even want to make those kind of stupid sexual references anymore. They're dumb. I actually personally find them offensive and cringeworthy. I go back during my retrospective events and I watch myself making those comments, and I cringe at myself at how stupid it was that I used to do that stuff. I have grown to the point where I don't find that humorous. I don't find that even something that I would want to do on a stream. I embarrass myself when I watch that shit back. Okay? By the way, overwhelmingly, you guys have voted you want wagers today. Overwhelmingly. So they're not wagers. What are they called? Predictions? Overwhelmingly, you want the predictions. You want to wager your channel points for the predictions, so we will do that. I will do that. I will set that up. I don't know if we have any moderators here yet, but I could do it myself every match. We did it last time around. It was very successful. Okay? Deathproof Xbox has subscribed to the channel for 4 months. Thank you for 4 months of support there, Deathproof Xbox. Okay. Retro Jim cheered. This is actually an interesting question, and I actually am happy he asked it. He says, you mentioned feeling uncomfortable streaming sexual content with an audience watching you. Have you ever felt the same way in regards to violence to the point you didn't want to watch it with others? I would say when I first started on YouTube, yes, when I was playing like horror-themed games like Dead Space, there was so much gore that like it made me uncomfortable. It actually made me uncomfortable. Now, over the years, I've become way more desensitized to it. But the game that did it for me last year, honestly, that bothered me, was The Last of Us 2. That game basically became like torture porn. It was so much over-the-top gore and torture and disgusting, nasty content. You know, murdering people left and right, no problem, even though they were more humanized in the game, just slaughtering them, you know, hanging them, cutting their guts open, shit squirting out. Like, that was fucked up. That was a fucked up game. And I did not enjoy playing it. I've told you guys many times, I did not enjoy playing that game. I actually wish I could have quit it out, but because I was doing a playthrough for the internet, I continued. But that, I did not get pleasure out of playing it. It was the opposite of what I would look for in a game. I don't want constant, disgusting torture. I don't want over-the-top, out-of-character sexual content. I don't want stupid characters making stupid decisions and a dumb moral story that I could have learned in 10 seconds, but it's forced down my throat for about 40 hours. Everything about the game's writing was terrible to me. I absolutely hated it. So, there you go. There's your answer. Yes, sometimes the violence can get to me, and Last of Us 2 really got to me last year. Pablo Lou cheers says, can you be honest with everyone and say doing live reactionary commentary is harder than editing a video because the hard shit is sitting there playing the raw game? Here's the challenging part about live commentary on a stream versus sitting there and doing the YouTube shit, okay? When I was sitting there doing the YouTube stuff, all right, I didn't feel any pressure to perform for an audience because I was just sitting there doing it myself, and then later on I would upload it to YouTube, right? If I was doing a game review or whatever, I could do take after take after take till I finally got it right and it sounded right. Now, everything's on the fly. Everything's live and out there immediately. So when I'm playing a game, I have to come up with commentary on the fly without having pre-thought about what it's going to be, without having the ability to edit myself after the fact. People who do edited style gameplay they could literally recut the same gameplay 20, 30 times. They could recut their voiceovers. They can fix it so it sounds better or is funnier because they're basically scripting it all. When you do a live stream, you are not scripting it. I would say you need technical know-how and you need a lot of experience and intelligence when it comes to video editing skill to make good edited content. But you need actual, how do I say it? You need good wits about you. You need to be able to go from the hip and be able to do improv style commentary and comedy when you're doing a live stream. And that's, in my opinion, more challenging than just sitting there and learning how to use a video editor and use fancy effects and script stuff. I'm just being honest. Now, that's my opinion. Someone else can completely disagree with me, and that's okay. But for me, it's always been more challenging being on these live streams than it ever was back just doing YouTube style stuff. That's just the truth. Kindred cheered gangs of sexual jokes and comments are immature and low. Shouldn't talk about pooping and others among other places be considered the same level. No. Phil Barrett cheered. Says, I know a lot of people didn't understand the underlying story of Bug Snacks, but I was uncomfortable during that dark ending. Well, can you imagine being a kid thinking it's a kid's game, and at the end of the game, that's what happens, and you're like, what the fuck? Wow. Brownie Crab and Shits, to me, $1 says, is it true you were once super popular and famous? No, I would never have considered myself famous at all. I had some internet notoriety, and that's very different from being famous. I was known as one of the more popular content creators when it came to gaming on YouTube. I would say from the years of 2011 through, say, 2013, 2014, everyone kind of knew who I was. When I went to conventions, people actually came out to meet me at conventions, to get stuff autographed, to hang out with me just in general, do videos with me and stuff. You know, there was a lot of popularity there. The height of my YouTube views, I believe, was in 2012. I could be wrong. Could have been 2011, but I think it was 2012. Yeah. And then, then things, kind of started to recede. I say probably around 2015-ish and stuff like that. Until basically I kind of reinvented myself as a live streamer in 2017. And now the live streams are doing good. So there was a time, yes, I was considered one of the top YouTube video game content creators, unlike a lot of the top guys at that time who were just specialists in one genre, like just playing fighting games or Street Fighter, just playing Call of Duty. There were a lot of Call of Duty content creators back then, but I was the jack of all trades, the guy who did the variety style improv commentary, and there wasn't a lot of people doing it to the level that I was doing it back then. But it didn't last long. Nazi mods. Oh yes, my moderators are definitely Nazis. Even though they're not even, I don't even think there are any here on the stream today. This person saying my moderators are Nazis has subscribed to the channel. Very nice. Okay. Now we can do shout outs for the top contributors of the week. So first of all, thank you to the top cheerers of the week. I appreciate this very much. Those who did support me with cheering this week. Thank you so much. Shout out to the following people. Rob on Wheels is in 10th place. Technical 2070 is in 9th. Savage 2-Day is in 8th place. Ninstar Rune is in 7th. Guitar Player 1939 in 6th. Sambuca 2020 in 5th. Retro Jim in 4th. Sir Spartan King in 3rd. Cyber Shadow 248 in 2nd. And Lucifer Soul in 1st place. Thank you again, guys. Now, also, thank you to those who gifted subscriptions to the channel this week. Your contributions are appreciated. First of all, the following people gifted a single sub. More people than this might have, but these are just the people that show up on the list. So it's the ones that I can shout out here, okay? Okay. Thank you to the following. Carmen T 2000, Spawn Killer, Sect Core, Chipe, Elon Jusk, Cashmere Goat, and Deadly Feet. Thank you all for your for the gifted subs. Then Ultima Cloud gifted 2 subscriptions. Your gifted 10 subs this week. And Killer Kitten 666 dropped a 50 sub bomb back on Monday. And I appreciate that, guys. Again, I reminded you earlier, I'll say it again, those leaderboards will reset overnight. Tomorrow they go back to 0, so if you were looking to maybe get up there on the leaderboards and get recognition for being one of the top cheerers or sub-gifters of the week, now is your chance to do so. However, one final reminder before we head into a quick break here, I really need your support today with tips. I need it for the next 8 days until I get paid by Twitch. Your tips are paying for everything for me. And you guys have been very supportive recently. Thank you. And we can keep that up today. It'd be great if we could hit the tips goal today. and have a vest. By the way, every vest today is eligible but the platinum, because I wore the platinum all day yesterday for the marathon. So every other vest, including blue, beige, red, camo, and gray, will be eligible for today's Call of Duty stream. And if we raise $50 in tips, I'll put on the Gunner glasses. And at the $100 in tips, I put on the vest. All right? Hope you guys will consider tipping me today. If you like the content and you want to help support my streams, please do. Thank you again in advance. All right. So, that's it, ladies and gents. Let's take a brief break. I'm going to use the restroom. I recommend you take this opportunity to get a drink or a snack. Use the restroom yourself. Get ready. When we come back after this brief break, it is Call of Duty time. Checking out the new Express map and going from there. Thank you guys for a great pre-stream, and I will see you in just a bit.